Coming up tonight on Middle Tennessee News. Rutherford County will be hosting a hazardous waste disposal event this weekend. Christmas came a little early for Paws Animal Shelter. Find out just how you can walk away with the pet of your dreams and a few freebies. And the city of Tullahoma is looking for ways to help citizens with disabilities. All those stories, Middle Tennessee News starts right now. Good evening, I'm Morgan Gonzalez. Welcome to Middle Tennessee News. Have you been collecting miscellaneous automotive, home improvement project, and lawn and garden products in your garage? Wondering how to dispose of them? On Saturday, November 2nd, Rutherford County is hosting a household hazardous waste event at 4765 Florence Road from 8 a.m. until noon. Rutherford County Solid Waste Director Mac Nolan said, "I hope that all residents will take this opportunity that is provided by the TDEC to safely and properly dispose of the items that can't go into their regular trash." For more information on the event or accepted and unaccepted items, visit tn.gov. An anonymous Murfreesboro couple paid nearly all the adoption fees for the Pet Adoption and Welfare Services shelter. Paws Animal Specialist Bailey Back said the couple just wanted to help all the pets find loving homes. The couple said they did not want costs to affect the pets finding their forever homes. The generous sponsorship covered the adoption fees of 17 dogs and 6 cats. Pet lovers who wish to adopt from Paws will receive a free bag of pet food and an adoption packet to help them get acquainted with their new pet. For more information and to view all current pets up for adoption, contact the shelter at 615-898-7740. The City of Tullahoma is developing an Americans with Disabilities transition plan and is seeking input from the public. The plan intends to identify any barriers to citizens' access to public facilities, services, activities, parks, and pedestrian areas within the public right-of-way. Individuals with disabilities, organizations representing individuals with disabilities, or interested persons are invited to attend and provide comments on the Tullahoma ADA transition plan. Input can also be provided by contacting Casta Bryce, the ADA coordinator, at 931-455-2648 or at cbryce@tullahomatn.gov. Change your clock and your batteries this weekend. Daylight savings time ends this Sunday, November 3rd at 2 a.m. As you set your clocks back an hour, Rutherford County Fire Rescue wants to remind you to also change the batteries in your smoke alarms. Fire Inspector and Investigator Joshua Sanders says after 10 years, smoke alarms should be replaced with a new unit. RCFR installs smoke alarms for county residents free of charge. To learn more, visit the website firerescue.rutherfordcountytn.gov or call the admin office at 615-867-4626. An MTSU student is getting a chance to hear his work featured on the big screen. At just 17, Gareth Laffoley climbed the Billboard New Age charts to number 2, becoming the youngest artist to do so. The now 21-year-old honor student will have songs from his album, produced by Emmy-winning producer Lance Bendixson, Voices of the Guardians, featured on the upcoming documentary Spirit Song. The documentary is set to premiere at the Tennessee State Museum on November 7th. The screening is from 6 to 7 p.m. and also includes a discussion with Gareth Laffoley afterwards. Still ahead on Middle Tennessee News, we will be hearing from Caitlin and Jonas about some football for Middle Tennessee News Football Friday. That's coming up next after the break.
Your Marine Corps' way of life is to defend the American way of life. Every day, we take a stand for our nation, for each other, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Idle hands. They say they're the devil's workshop. But give idle hands a place to go, a purpose, and they're capable of amazing things.
From Iraq and Afghanistan, our brave warriors are coming home, wounded. Some with wounds you can see, some with wounds you can't see. Wounded Warrior Project was created to support our men and women coming off the battlefield. Please help carry these warriors the rest of the way home. Get involved at woundedwarriorproject.org.
It started with the original care package, and millions more like it. Passed from hand to hand, across land and sea, to help survivors in the aftermath of war. As we grew, we found better ways to help those in need. Ways to make a real difference, not just today, but tomorrow as well. Be the difference in people's lives. Help deliver lasting change at care.org.
Rain or shine, it's time for another edition of Middle Tennessee News Football Friday. Alongside Jonah Sage, I'm Caitlin Runyon. Two teams in Conference USA looking to improve their 3-5 records this week as Charlotte comes into Murfreesboro to take on Middle Tennessee.
And Caitlin, while it rained on MTSU's homecoming parade last weekend, the Blue Raiders certainly shined in last week's matchup against FIU here in Murfreesboro. MTSU made a statement win against Florida International, dominating for a 50-17 win. The Blue Raiders dropped 23 unanswered points in the third quarter after being down 17-14 at half. MT flipped the script on their rushing attack, dropping 471 yards to the Panthers' 89. The front seven of the defense has stepped up recently, going from allowing 237 rush yards per game in the first 6 games to 110 in the last 2. Quarterback Asher O'Hara only had 25 passing yards, going 6 for 12, but had a career-high 159 rushing yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. Charlotte has given up 199 yards per game this season, 11th in the conference, so O'Hara could find himself having another big rushing day.
Right, the Blue Raiders are looking scary under the leadership of quarterback Asher O'Hara. However, Charlotte is ready for another win after they broke their 4-game losing streak and a 1-point victory over North Texas last week. The 49ers were down 35-21 in the fourth quarter of that game and outscored the Mean Green 18-3. Quarterback Chris Reynolds has his first career 300-yard game with 3 touchdowns. Running back Benny LeMay continued his dominant senior campaign with 157 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. He's now second in Conference USA in yards per game with 102 yards per game, and he'll get a chance to test the improved Middle Tennessee defense. And speaking of that Middle Tennessee defense, let's not forget that Middle Tennessee star safety Reed Blankenship is still out after his injury 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, he won't be able to be on the field when the team travels up to Charlotte to take on the 49ers this Saturday. Kickoff is 2:30 Central Time.
And that will air on ESPN+. That's all we have for you this week for Middle Tennessee News Football Friday. Don't forget to tune in every week to see if Tennessee and its opponents.
Thank you for joining us for Middle Tennessee News. I'm Morgan Gonzalez. If you've missed this show or any show, you can watch them on our website, middletennesseenews.net. And make sure to follow us on our social media sites as well, Facebook/Middle Tennessee News or Middle TN News on Twitter. We'll see you on Monday at 6 p.m.